Hi everybody, really pleased you can join us today, and I'm so delighted because I've got Catherine Every with me. Catherine runs a business called Pippin Consultancy, and the reason I've asked Catherine to join me on this call today is because Catherine is a bit of a copywriting whiz, and I've been able to twist her arm and get her to share some of her secrets with us, because as business owners we all need to know how to write good copy. So Catherine, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for asking me.
You're very, very welcome. And it's probably relevant for our viewers just to know a little bit more about you, Catherine, and what sort of brought you into copywriting and what your experience is and kind of how you help businesses. So how would you summarise all of that?
The first thing to say about me is that I just love words, and thinking back, I've always loved words, and I've always had my nose in a book and always just been interested in words. So it was a kind of obvious step to do a degree in English at university. And then after that, I went into direct marketing in the publishing industry, and I worked in London and Oxford. And I was quite good at marketing, but not great at it. But what I was really good at was the copywriting elements of marketing. So if you wanted a sales letter put together or a leaflet put together, that was where my strengths really lay. So in 2004, I thought I need to specialise in this writing business. So I wanted to move out west as well. So I came out to this part of the world, and I spent 8 years working part-time as a web copywriter and part-time as a freelance copywriter. Mm-hmm. Then in 2012, I went full-time freelance, working with businesses and organisations to help them get their message out there clearly and effectively, and use my skills with words to help them do that. So that's where we are now. So 3 years on, Pippin is thriving, and I'm a very happy self-employed small business owner.
Well, that's a good thing. Okay, so you're a small business owner, Catherine, and you're working with small business owners all the time. Why do small businesses need great copy?
I think when you think about it, there's copy everywhere to do with your business. On your website, in any sales letters that you write, in any press releases you do, in a newsletter you send out. Everywhere you look, there's words to do with your business. Yeah. And there's so many opportunities out there. If your copy isn't working as hard as it possibly can be, then you're not making the most of those opportunities.
Okay.
So that for me, that's the kind of content is one of the single most important things to do with the marketing of your business. Getting those words right is crucial.
And I can totally agree with you there, because I think in the old days as well, it used to be very much about paper copy, what you put in a leaflet or a brochure. But of course now, with the digital marketing and the emphasis on putting your message onto the internet, we're all creating these written messages almost daily about our businesses, and putting them on social media and our websites. And I think probably the amount of copy we're creating is greater than it used to be. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's absolutely key. And it's easy to think, well, I'm creating so much copy, it doesn't matter so much. But it absolutely does matter, because people might not read all of your blogs and say, oh, well, that wasn't quite as good as the other one. But, they might only read one blog. So that one blog has to kind of speak in the voice of your business and sort of get your message out there.
Mm-hmm. So that interesting concept there about the voice of your business. I suppose there's need to have some consistency there with your voice.
I think that's absolutely right. And making sure that your business sounds like you want it to sound. So if you are a friendly and approachable business, then your copy needs to sound that. And if you're formal and professional, then that's what your writing needs to sound like as well. And finding that voice for your business is key, because it gives it a real personality.
And I expect that's something that maybe some business owners haven't entirely thought through. I know for myself, it takes a while to find your voice. I mean,
absolutely.
What mistakes do you think businesses commonly make with their copy?
I think, first of all, it's often trying to be too formal and thinking that anything you put out there has got to be super formal, and so it just comes across just slightly strangely, and you read it and you think, oh, I'm not quite sure I'm comfortable with that. On a practical level, I think probably the biggest mistake is features and benefits, and so many small business owners focus on the features of their product and service, or rather than the benefit. And it's quite a hard distinction to grasp, I think, features versus benefits. But in essence, the feature is a fact about your business, and the benefit is why your customers need that.
Yeah.
And it took me quite a long time to grasp it, but there is quite a simple test when you're thinking, have I just used a feature or am I using a benefit there? And if you say something about your business, and if it's possible to say, so what, at the end of it, then you use the feature and you use and not the benefit. So what I often, the example I often use is around HD televisions. And you might read an advert that says that HD television has got full HD pixel resolution. And you think, all right, so what? But the benefit of that is that it means that everything is crystal clear and you can see every blade of grass on the football pitch, or you can see all the detail in the dress on Strictly Come Dancing. And then you think, okay, that's why I need an HD television, not because it's got pixel resolution, but because everything is super crisp and makes everything look beautiful.
That's a really good example, actually. I was going to ask you if you could sort of help us understand that difference between features and benefits, because all the sales trainers would say straight away that people make their decision based on the benefit that a customer gets, and not necessarily the feature. And you've really illustrated that point perfectly. Thank you for that. And if sales copy was easy, if it was easy to just write all this stuff and show your business in the best light and illustrate all these benefits, we wouldn't need a professional copywriter, would we? And yet it's your business. So why do you think it's so hard to get it right?
I think for most, everybody can write. Everybody can write. Absolutely everybody can write. The difficulty is when it's your own business. And I know that I find it really hard to write about my own business. And I think lots of other small business owners do too. Because you're just so close to it, and it's hard to see the wood for the trees and say that's the important bit of my business, and that's the way I need to explain my product or my service to my customers. And often working with a copywriter gives you that external perspective and that ability, and your copywriter will be able to distill your message into something absolutely key and clear. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the major benefits of working with a copywriter. That and the fact that you never have enough time to write copy. So it's always at the bottom of your to-do list. And it's always kind of done in a rush because you've got 1,001 other things to do. And just handing it over to a copywriter and saying, they'll do it properly, they'll do it professionally, they'll spend the time on it, they'll make it sound, they'll get it done, if you struggle to write copy, but they'll get it done well as well.
So the time invested, either a business owner on their own, looking at their copy with maybe through their customers' eyes, checking that they really are selling the benefits. All the time invested with a third party such as yourself, a copywriter who can encourage you to look at your writing and just think, are you seeing this like your customers? That's time well spent, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yes, yeah.
It could be the difference between not getting a sale and getting several sales as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're clearly very experienced at copywriting, and I have to say it's not something I find naturally that easy. I can write an article or a blog or a leaflet, but I don't think I've necessarily got the skills that you have. I'd like to try and encourage you to share some of your secrets if you don't mind. I know you can't give everything away, but are there some sales copywriting secrets that you could share with us today?
Yeah, for me, the number one is focus on the features, not the benefits. That's absolutely key.
The other way around?
Sorry, yeah, you're absolutely right. Focus on the benefits, not the features.
Yes.
I'm really good at writing, speaking not so much.
Focus on the benefits, not the features.
Focus on the benefits.
No, that's fine. I'll emphasise that. I'll put a little title on the screen to emphasise that point.
The next thing is to think about your customers. Think about who you're talking to. Look, I often say that it's really helpful to think about a specific individual that you're writing for. So you're not writing for a big crowd, you're talking directly to one person, and that gives your copy a really nice, warm, friendly, personal and approachable feel. And it also means that you're really thinking about the message you're putting out there because you're trying to persuade the person that you're talking to, or you're writing for. I'd also say that it's really important to plan what it is that you want to write, so you know that you're following a process through, and you know you'll cover all the points you need to cover. And if you've got a word count, you'll make it in that word count. It'll also help you with the copywriting process, full stop, because it means that you won't start with a blank page. You'll start with a series of headings that you're going to populate and fill in. So that's a good way to tackle writer's block if you suffer from that. And I think the last one is to proofread. Either yourself or give it to a friend to proofread, because there are always people who will spot the stupid mistake that you made and think, oh dear, look at that, and make a judgment about your writing. So proofread.
Yes,
And
I had one of those recently where I published something and I'd read it several times and I think the mistake crept in towards the end actually. I don't think it was there at the beginning. So I just didn't see it and then it went to print and I could have kicked myself. So definitely. And one final proofread is
absolutely.
so important.
If you can give it a couple of days in between, so much the better, because then you'll see what you really wrote rather than what you think you wrote.
I have also heard people say that it's easier to proofread on like proper paper rather than on a screen. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. If you're trying to be environmentally friendly, though, the screen.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, no, it is. If it's something that's really important, then I always print it out and then use it as scrap paper for scribbling on afterwards. But printing it out is always good.
Thank you for that. Thank you for those tips. And I know that you do have 5 tips for writing web copy as a free download on your website, which you're happy to share with anyone who watches this video. And your website, you say what your website is?
It's www.hellopippin.co.uk.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you for sharing that, and I'll definitely head over and have a little look at that myself.
Yeah, I hope you found it useful.
So I really wanted to thank you for sharing some of your time today and some of your ideas and your sort of tips on great copy. I know that you're looking to sort of continue developing some training materials that you can deliver digitally, and I hope that we're going to be working together hopefully next year. That would be really, really good. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you too.
And everybody check out Catherine's website, hellopippin.co.uk. And for any other resources to help you build your business, check out www.businessskillsstudio.com. Thank you very much and bye to Catherine. Bye.